I peeped the repercussions of rushing all of a sudden. As a confused youth, I grew heartless and started dumbing. Gun running, willing to die to buy everything I wanted. Hit the fence quick if I sense the cops coming. Who's qualified to sue when I'm bruised inside? My heart's died 1,000 times, fragmented by the death sentence that we're forced to survive. No love at the crib, so the streets keep
What's up? What's up? I'm tuning in once again. I wanted to drop something on your mind, but let me first start by saying, hopefully you had a great day today. Everything's what you make it, so hopefully you made it a good day is what I'm trying to say, you know? But I wanted to break down, if I could, if you had the time, I wanted to break down contributions. You know what I'm saying? What makes a contribution, how to properly channel our energy to want to contribute, you know, our willingness to want to contribute, and where I think we got it twisted. So let me start by saying, or asking you, matter of fact, let me ask you this. Whatever relationship or situation you find yourself in right now, do you feel like you're contributing to that situation? Now, if you say yeah, are you expecting something in return for that contribution? And I feel like right there is where things get muddy, you know what I'm saying? That's where it gets rocky, because I feel like people contribute to people. First off, that's the first mistake, contributing to an actual person as opposed to the greater goal. You know what I'm saying? That contribution to that person causes resentment because you're expecting something in return. Now, anything that you're contributing to, whether that be a personal situation, you should, by all means, expect reciprocity. Meaning, it doesn't mean because you give money that you're needing money back or you want money back. That's what you expect. No, you're giving that, you know what I'm saying, you're tributing, paying tribute as opposed to contribution, taking the CON off of it, because the energy behind what's given determines, you know what I'm saying, how beneficial that gift can be or will be. Because if you give somebody something and it's pressure after you gave it to them, because now you're putting the pressure on to get a return on what you gave, you contributed to that person. You know what I'm saying? You did. They might have needed that. That was necessary. That's very important. But the energy behind the gift is what's making it not so beneficial in the long run for that person, maybe, you know? Whereas if you pay tribute, that's like out of gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Sincere respect. You know what I'm saying? Admiration. You're paying tribute. No con game. You know what I'm saying? All love. Now, that's not to say, I gotta say this, I gotta stress this part. Contributions are necessary when there is a cause, you know what I'm saying, or an overall goal that is being achieved. You know what I'm saying? Your desire, what you're going for. That is very important to contribute to that. And all who are involved, their contribution is as important as yours is for the sake of achieving the goal. That's assuming that all have submitted to the overall goal. You know what I'm saying? What the goal is. You know what I'm saying? So contributing to a person, giving to a person is good and bad with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, who's the dude that turned in Jesus? You know what I'm saying? The Judas guy, you know? When he went to get the payment for that, he contributed information to set Jesus up. He contributed, you know what I'm saying, to the situation. He did. Some would say in a negative way. And then in return, the dude contributed to his pockets by putting money in it. So that was give and take, contribution, you know what I'm saying? Indeed. Now, had Judas paid tribute to Jesus, he wouldn't have set him up, because there's respect, there's admiration there. You know what I'm saying? There's a founding, sincere feeling behind the gift. That's what makes it what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like contributions can be a con game. And people confuse you paying tribute with contribution, is what I'm trying to say. They confuse you paying tribute with contribution. You know what I'm saying? To me, kind of like how states back in the day used to pay tribute to a state that was more sovereign, you know what I'm saying? More capable, you know? More, whatever you want to say, militaristic, whatever. The state paid tribute to the greater state because of respect. Now, it might have been imposed, kind of like how we pay taxes. We pay tribute to the state, and the state's being a part of the greater conglomerate that is America. You know what I'm saying? It benefits the whole situation, the whole get up. But we pay tribute impose tribute to the state. You see what I'm saying? Now, paying tribute is a contribution. You see what I'm saying? But a contribution is not necessarily paying tribute. And I feel like that's where we get it twisted. We should start paying tribute to one another if you want to, you know what I'm saying, contribute to a cause, to a goal, to a aspiration. You know what I'm saying? And it should be in all sincerity. If you don't have that feeling of admiration, gratitude, respect, love, whatever, if you don't have those feelings within you, don't give it. Because that's a trap. You know what I'm saying? That's a poisonous gift. You see? Because there's a lot of negative energy behind what's given. You see? So, again, I have to stress this point. Contributions are necessary to attain a goal as a group or in a relationship. You have to contribute to the overall relationship, not necessarily the person. And contribution doesn't mean just monetarily, I mean, or materially. Contributing care, consideration. You know what I'm saying? That's actually paying tribute. For me to show concern, consideration, acknowledgement, I'm paying tribute to the relationship, but to you as well. You see? It's coming from a sincere place. Whereas, if I had animosity, I'm contributing animosity to the situation if we're involved. That's a contribution. You see? And I feel like anything that you give, whether it's necessary and you didn't want to give it, you know what I'm saying, or it's a sincere gift, don't let anybody belittle what you do contribute, unless it's negative. Like if you're contributing, you know what I'm saying, drama to a situation, you should be reprimanded for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't contribute drama to a situation. But I'm talking about something out of the kindness of your heart. You know, if they don't feel it's worthy of, if they don't feel like your contribution or your tribute is worthy, you know what I'm saying? You should consider that person's place in your process in life. You should consider their motives, you know what I'm saying? Why they are in your life. If they belittle anything you contribute out of, or tribute out of the kindness of your heart, out of gratitude, out of love, you know? Because you can become very, very, very resentful is probably the word best to use in that situation, that scenario. You'll become very resentful, you know, and you'll be reluctant to pay tribute to a cause, a relationship, a situation that's worthy of your paying tribute to. You see? So don't allow somebody's negative take on what you contribute or pay tribute, you know, how you pay tribute. Don't let them negatively affect that gift, what you're giving. Value it. You have to value your tribute. You know what I'm saying? You have to value your contribution. You have to value that. Even if the one whom you're contributing to or paying tribute to doesn't value it. You have to value it and know the proper place and proper time to pay tribute with no con game. You know what I'm saying? Expect reciprocity, but don't expect back exactly what you gave, you know? You might get back exactly what you gave, but you might, you know, receive something different in a different way that might be beneficial to you at the right time. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's very important to not only value each other's positive contributions, we should learn to start to pay tribute as opposed to just only wanting to contribute to a person. Now, I do recommend that you contribute positivity, love, if ever the case arises and you have it and you're good monetarily, you know, you should contribute all positive things for that relationship to thrive, you know? But get into the habit of trying to understand why you're contributing. What's the purpose of your contribution? And then you can decide if it's just a contribution as a con game, you want something back, or am I paying tribute to this situation, this person, whatever, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you may say. You have to evaluate that. Think about that. It's very important because a misplaced contribution can be more detrimental than helpful. Do you get what I'm saying? And let me tell you why I say that. If you contribute to somebody's situation, let's just say monetarily to make it simple, you know, if you contribute to somebody's situation monetarily and they haven't proven that they love themselves, you know what I'm saying, that they're taking care of themselves, your contribution is going to be squandered, you know what I'm saying, because they're unable to manage the contribution or you're paying tribute, the tribute you paid, you know. They're not able to manage it, so therefore, you gave it in a sincere vein, you know? You gave it for a sincere reason, but the person that was the recipient of your contribution was not ready to handle it. So that's why I say, when you're paying tribute, that doesn't necessarily mean you concede and give all things, you know? Sometimes you have to pay tribute. This gonna sound crazy. And then y'all gonna be like, ain't that contribution? Nah, sometimes you have to pay tribute, you know what I'm saying, to a cause, and that will cause you, you know, to, for lack of a better term, baptize with fire, verbally, you know? Sometimes people are in need of a wake-up call, and it might start verbally before they experience the hardship that you're trying to deter them from, especially when it comes to children, like younger juveniles getting into adulthood, even some adults too, you know. Nobody's immune, you know what I'm saying, to needing guidance, you know what I'm saying, or advice. Nobody's immune to it, but I'm saying more so those who are in their formative years coming into their own, you know. Sometimes you're paying tribute out of love, you know what I'm saying, out of compassion. You're gonna need to baptize that child with fire, verbally. Let it be known, you know what I'm saying? Don't pull no punches. Because if you think about what I said about contribution, if you're passive, when you need to baptize with fire, you know what I'm saying, you proceed and baptize in water, you know what I'm saying, or fluidity or coolness or calmness, your contribution is a detriment, even though you think it's a kind deed. You being kind, you being lenient, you being patient, you being tolerant. You see what I'm saying? It's time for that fire, bro. You see, it's time for the fire. A bridge hasn't even been built, so you can't burn the bridge. They're still in the process of building a bridge, you know? But if you don't, you know, bring the torch out, you feel what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to meld or weld the metal for the bridge. You know what I'm saying? You can't burn what's not available to burn. So if you feel as though you're gonna, you know, it's gonna create a wedge between whoever that needs that baptism by fire verbally, get that out your mind. You know what I'm saying? See it as you're paying tribute to your loved one. I would recommend. And of course, again, my disclaimer, feel free to disagree. This is only my perspective, how I see it, how I view it. Yeah. That's just where I'm at right now in life and time. You know what I'm saying? This is my contribution to you, my verbal, you know what I'm saying? My outlook, my perspective, you know? You can take it for what you want to take it for. You know what I'm saying? You can leave it, take it, either way it go. I'm going to go ahead and share it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to share it. I'm paying tribute to you. You feel me? I want us to really value each other's contribution when it does come to a cause or overall goal. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's contribution is less than the next. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? And if we get into the mind frame of paying tribute, you won't belittle somebody's contribution because you'll know it's necessary to make the goal a reality. Everybody has a part to play. Everybody. Nobody's part is smaller or more minuscule than the next. Nobody. When it comes to us, those are mine. Everybody else do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They could either choose to contribute for the better or not. We need to pay tribute amongst each other, you know what I'm saying? To each other. Let outsiders contribute if they will. You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking no con games, though. We ain't playing no con games. You know what I'm saying? And tribute should be given in truth. Being honest, you know what I'm saying? Meaning, again, if you're looking to pay tribute, you know what I'm saying, you want to do a good deed, but then you got strings attached to the good deed, question yourself before you give that to that person and put that burden on that person, bruh, if that's what you need to do. For real, not just for your sake, you know what I'm saying, but for that person's sake. Cause they're not gonna be knowing where the pressure came from. Damn, I thought this was out the kindness of your heart. What happened? What's going on? You know, they gonna want to give it back, whatever you gave to them. Like, you know what? Next time you think to give me something, just save it, bro. I don't really need that. I don't need that extra drama, extra headaches, because people really be on that. People really be on that, bro. They'll give you something, you know what I'm saying? And then if they don't get it back in a timely manner according to their time frame, it's an issue. It's like a deadline on the gift. You know what I'm saying? How is that a beneficial contribution? Now, that's not to say it didn't help in the moment, but you could have kept that. You could have saved me headaches. You know what I'm saying? You could have saved me a lot of explaining, and you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to go through all that. Don't burden anybody like that. You feel me? And when it comes to you receiving a contribution, you know what I'm saying? Start to think about the contribution. You know what I'm saying? What's given, I mean. You feel me? Think about what's given. Are there strings attached? Because as in all things you do, you could decide what you accept. You could decide what you receive, as well as you can decide what you give. So everything that's offered to you, you do not have to receive. Do you feel what I'm telling you? Everything that's given to you, you do not have to receive. You're not obligated to be a recipient of somebody giving you whatever. I feel like a lot of us have a problem with that too. That's almost close to like being a person that wants handouts. Because when your hand's out, you know what I'm saying? You ever, I guess back in elementary school, your school teacher, she used to have like a bucket of candy or whatever, or some kind of candy. If people answer questions right, they might give, you know, when she's coming around and say in the morning she's like handing out candy, you don't select what kind of candy you get. You just got your hand out. Whatever one she put in your hand, that's the one you get. You know what I'm saying? That's like in that kind of vein. I don't know if anybody else elementary school was like that. My elementary school was pretty cool, you know. Real cool, real cool. Fond memories, you know. That's that nostalgia. I got a video coming out about 90s music and modern music and how the tone is kind of different, how the themes change and what I think contributed to that. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that. Tune in when I do drop it. But yeah, man, so that's similar to like having your hand out to me, man. Just accepting any contribution, just receiving whatever somebody gives to you, you know. You can decide, again, what you do receive and what you don't receive. That's in all things you do. The choice is yours. All day long. It don't change. You know what I'm saying? The choice will always be yours. Anybody that seeks to force something upon you, question why they forcing it upon you. You see what I'm saying? Question why they forcing it upon you. Because even advice should not be coming forced. Even though you might be giving it in fire, like fire at a time, you know what I'm saying? Keep it coming from a sincere place, not like trying to one up, you know what I'm saying? Get on your high horse, try to show you're more intellectual, more knowledgeable, more experienced, all that. Nah, do it really to benefit that person. You see? And I don't feel like I got to break this down because you know within yourself, when you're giving advice, when you're doing something for somebody, the feeling that you have inside. I can't sit here and describe to you the feeling that you got inside, but it's on you to question that feeling, you know what I'm saying? And be sincere in that feeling if you do decide to give, whether advice, monetarily, materially, time, effort, all that, everything, whatever you can think of, you know what I'm saying? Whatever come to mind. Think about the feeling inside, and then is it coming from a sincere place? Is it coming from a empathetic place? Is it coming from a genuine place? Or am I giving this to somebody to get a benefit? And again, let me say this one more time, not to be redundant, but check it out. Reciprocity should be a part of any situation you're involved in, whether romantic, business, you know what I'm saying, friendship, companionship, whatever, any kind of camaraderie, you know what I'm saying? Even if it isn't camaraderie involved, again, like business, you know? Make sure there's reciprocity involved in the equation, bro. Make for damn sure there's reciprocity, because if you find yourself contributing, not that you should expect something back, but at the very least, you should expect reciprocity. You get what I'm saying? At the very least, reciprocity. So that means if you're contributing, and then there's no return at all, just based off the pattern of no return, you know what I'm saying? You should kind of distance yourself. Again, still pay tribute in all sincerity, contribute in all sincerity, but do it to an extent. Have a limit. You know what I'm saying? Judge the care, you know, that by actions, not the person. Judge the actions of the person to be the judge as to whether you want to continue to be involved in that situation. You're well within your rights to do so. You're well within your rights to do so. I would encourage you, if ever you find yourself in conversation with me, you know, hold me accountable. If I say I'm gonna do da-da-da-da-da, and we've been kicking it for a while and I still haven't done da-da-da-da-da, you should let me know, man. I want it to be known. Let me know. Because really, you're paying tribute in all sincerity. You're holding me accountable for me to be a man of my word, you know? And what's a man without his word? A shell of himself, you know? I don't want to be a shell of myself, so let me know. You feel what I'm saying? I encourage that. And you should be around people that encourage the same thing. Because when we begin to pay tribute to each other and not just contribute for the sake of receiving something back, we'll be a lot better for it. Our giving would be in sincerity, based more in sincerity. Our receiving would be based in love and sincerity. You know what I'm saying? And I think we'll be better for it. It'll ease a lot of burdens. I know financially in this country, we are crippled, we are stifled, we are on a different level, so to speak. That's understandable. So financial things like money, monetarily, we could be kind of tight on that. So that might not be what we feel as though we need to use to pay tribute. And that's cool. As long as you come to that conclusion within yourself, you had that feeling like, hey, I'm kind of tight on bread. You know what I'm saying? If I give this to him, I know I'm going to be on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be on her. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be trying to, you know, make sure she remember what I did for her so I can get back eventually and all. Don't even give it. Just keep it. For real. For real. Save yourself the time. Save that person the time. Save both of you headaches. Like, neither one of you need that headache. As I said before, because I mean it. Neither one of y'all need it. Like, for real, keep it. You know? Because, of course, contributions come in many ways. There's good and there's bad. You see what I'm saying? There's positive, negative contributions. When you pay tribute, just the nature of paying tribute is either based in respect, there's something behind it, there's positive emotion behind it, except when imposed. Like I broke down earlier about the taxes and, you know, smaller states paying tribute to a more prestigious state, all that. That's imposed taxes, but still is based in respect, because that state, or we, to some degree, have to respect the state that's imposing the taxes on us. You know what I'm saying? Our respect doesn't come out of love. It comes more out of fear. You know what I'm saying? More toward that vein. Because I don't fear nothing. I mean fear like the fear of retaliation, I guess, is the thing. Or the fear of consequence, negative consequence. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's based in that. It's not based in love while we're paying taxes, is what I'm trying to say. Do you feel me? Yes? Cool. All right, so let's move on. But I want to tell you, paying tribute is very important, because when it comes to us, even when we pay homage or tribute to our ancestors, that's important for pride of self. Not that you should do that in a selfish vein, you know what I'm saying? But that instills pride in self to pay homage to those before you. You see what I'm saying? That are worthy of that homage. I'll touch on that in another video as well. Stay tuned for that. Do you believe all elders are worthy of respect just because they're elders, or they're older, or have more years on earth? I'm going to touch on that later, you know? But I'm talking about those ancestors that are worthy of us paying tribute to. You see, you should do that for the sake of self-love, self-benefit, self-growth. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. No matter your culture. But namely, those of mine, we need to do that because we've been given a bad vision or a view of those who came before us, because they are the ones that dictated the narrative that we soak up. So that being said, you know what I'm saying? their perspective of the deeds of our ancestors is not going to be in a positive light because they were at war with our ancestors. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Hopefully you feel me. You know what I'm saying? And then to those who are not of the tribe, who have a different heritage, it's very important for you to pay homage to those ancestors worthy of you paying tribute to or homage to. You see what I'm saying? That's necessary for your self-pride, your self-dignity. Because when you have pride in yourself, personally, you have self-pride, again, go back to some of my later videos. You know, I say this plenty of times. Whatever self has love for, self will love anything that self identifies with. So if you have pride in yourself, you're going to have pride in whatever you identify with. So therefore making the tribe thrive and stronger. You know what I'm saying? More cohesive, which is very important. Extremely important. But that's if you're asking me, you know what I'm saying? You might know something differently. That's cool. I'm not stressing, not tripping. That's your perspective. I'm not really gonna, you know what I'm saying, neglect it. I'm not gonna disrespect it. It's all love. You have every right to feel how you feel. It's cool. It's very cool. Too cool. You know what I'm saying? Too cool. So, yeah, but that's just how I see it. Don't pay tribute in the selfish spirit either. You know, don't pay tribute for a selfish reason. You know, to make yourself look good, even if you feel like it's coming from a sincere place of love. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it because you feel like you're gonna get attention, you're gonna get a pat on the back, you're gonna get credit for something. To me, if you're paying tribute and you choose to adopt that philosophy that I just broke down in the video, when you pay tribute, that right there to me automatically means that it's pure, it's positive. You know what I'm saying? If down the line it gets picked up and people start using paying tribute and somebody be like, you know what I'm saying? I pay a tribute, but they start talking about, man, and then I'm waiting for her to pay me back and she never paid me back. I'm gonna be like, you ain't paid tribute. You contributed to her situation. If you're asking me, you know what I'm saying? But again, my personal take on it, if you see it different, feel free to let me know. I'm not gonna have no hard feelings about it. It's still gonna be all love. But I felt like it was important to break that down because whenever you're attempting to build anything, whether family, a household personally, if you're single, if you're a bachelor or a bachelorette, if you're trying to build a tribe, a community, a nation, contribution is of the utmost importance because all are going to contribute in some way. And let me break this last thing down and I'm going to slide out of here. Contribution is going to come either positively or negatively. Like those of mine, you know what I'm saying, of like tribe, those that have been conditioned, you know what I'm saying, to think and have been persuaded to carry themselves a certain way in society, they're contributing to the tribe their detriment. You know what I'm saying? Their flawed outlook and outdated view, you know what I'm saying, and their defeatist attitudes, and they're contributing that. That's why I said contribution could be positive or negative. Now, those who are trying to better themselves, that are a part of the tribe, you know, trying to invest in self and self-love, therefore manifesting that love of self, you know, they are contributing in a positive way. They're contributing love. What's missing? What do I feel is necessary? Excuse me, to make that a better situation, to make the reality better? Those who are contributing are deciding to pay tribute. There has to be a common goal to pay tribute. And then when there's a common goal, all contributions are beneficial. But until there's a common goal or a common aim, a common aspiration, everybody's going to contribute whatever. Everything's going to be in disarray. And people are just going to throw this in the pot and then throw this in the pot. You know what I'm saying? There's a recipe to make gumbo, right? But picture somebody throwing everything you can think of in the pot and they telling you they making gumbo. They throw the beans in there, the rice, the sausage, you know what I'm saying? But then they start throwing, you know what I'm saying? What don't go in gumbo? You know, think of something, you know what I'm saying? Any kind of food. They start throwing chicken thighs, they start throwing hamburger, they start throwing, you know what I'm saying, bacon, turkey, you know what I'm saying? They start throwing asparagus, you know, beets. They just start throwing everything. They're telling you they making the dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be like, that's not no gumbo, bro. Because there's no goal. He's saying that he's making gumbo, or she's saying she's making gumbo, but the process to making what she says she's making is not the process. So therefore, everything is going into the pot. But once your contribution has a direction, an overall direction, you know what I'm saying? You can therefore begin to pay tribute and contribute in a positive manner. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there. That was just another thought for the day. It just crossed my mind because we need to start paying tribute, not to those who are now ancestors, you know what I'm saying? And those of our elders who still remain, who are worthy of us paying tribute, but among us, period. So let's start paying tribute to each other. Let's start having empathy and sympathy for each other. Genuine, sincere empathy and sympathy. The kind that make you want to do something, you know what I'm saying? The kind that comes based in love, that makes you want to bust a move on behalf of, you know, the ones you're feeling empathetic or sympathetic toward, you know? That needs to be the program for us, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to share that, so yeah.
I know it's cold to say, God forgive me, she knows that anything goes today. Words cut like a razor blade, but slugs burn like a flaming lake. Every day is a gamble with fate. Wrong or right, my life's the fight to be great. Success or mistakes, I take responsibility. For every calculated move I make, the stress with no breaths or breaks makes war, I'm sure that I die irate. No place for peace where there's room for hate. So I say, bomb if you want to, bomb if you need.